Hi, welcome to the first episode of A State of Cloud Data Warehouses. Tonight's episode, how to run Doom inside Snowflake. Got you interested? Well, hang on as I will showcase how you can use Snowflake Container Services to run Doom inside Snowflake. Why Doom, you might ask? Well, this is a part of old internet trend where people have put up several sites where they showcase unique ways to run Doom. The idea is that if you have enough CPU and a screen, something like that over there, you should be able to run Doom. Doom has been ported, for example, to run on a microwave and a smartwatch and even microbes. I mean those tiny bacteria. But now, thanks to container services, we have Doom running inside Snowflake. But instead of me babbling about old internet trends, let's hop on to Snow site where I will showcase you the actual code that is needed to run that over there in your screen. Let's hop on.
Okay, what do we need? Let's head to Snowflake documentation. As said, Container Services is available for all accounts within the AWS. So, while preparing this video, I created an account into US West where I have a bunch load of SQLs which have been copied from this excellent blog post by Daniel Palma, where he has the same SQLs and the link to his repository, where we have the actual Docker file, which we will be using to run Doom. I will put the link to the actual blog post in the video so that Daniel also gets notified that it's his excellent work that I'm using in here. But let's start. For this video I will be using account admin because I will be creating few roles and a database. The database is used to host image repositories and few technical details related to the actual container services. And the warehouse I'm now creating is not used to run Doom. It's for just executing SQL statements. And I also need security integration, and I need to bind the service endpoint to the account because the Doom will be exposed to public internet, which I will be accessing by my own account. Here, I can do that already. But this is the most interesting part. This is the actual compute pool which is used to run the Doom. And if you're familiar with Kubernetes, you can see that we have the option to have max nodes and change the instance family. For example, we can use GPUs if we wish so. But yeah, let's run it again and let's run that. Let's use the roles and database and warehouse. And then we need to create a schema. And within that schema, we will be creating a image repository which will host the actual code, Doom itself. And here we can list them. Yeah, we have this image repository which has this repository URL. And then we need to have a service which has Git installed and Docker installed. And in here, let's make a directory. In here, we will clone the actual repository. Like that. Here we have the Docker file. Then we need to build that. And for the building part, we need to use this repository or URL, which is copied over here. So let's do that and build that. And as you can see, it's now building the Docker image. And that's done. Next, we need to push that into container services. Preparing, and waiting. Oh, yeah. Totally forgot. I need to log in into Snowflake. And I have totally forgotten that I need to do this as well. Luckily, Daniel has an excellent documentation, so let's create the necessary script. Let's log in. Voila, we're now logged on. And let's push. As you can see, the original Doom ain't a big. And that's done. Next up, let's check that our compute pool is active or idle. Anyway, we don't want to have a compute pool that is provisioning. That's the idea. Idle or active. Either way, it's good. Then we have the warehouses. But then we want to go to the actual part where we create the service and expose the Docker image. Let's create the service. And then show endpoints. As you can see, it's provisioning the endpoint. While that is provisioning, let's do it again. Few minutes. I might need to fasten the video for this. And now, thanks to video editing, we finally have the ingress URL. And now if I copy paste that and paste it over here, we should see something interesting.
Okay, that was interesting, wasn't it? Unfortunately, that's not the actual use case for container services. Container services are meant to provide means for developers to run any kind of code within Snowflake ecosystem. Let's say that you are building a data pipeline and you know that C or C++ is the best option to run the actual code. Well, now thanks to container services, you can Dockerize the actual code into an image and run the actual code piece within container services. Or on the other hand, you are doing a migration from a legacy system and they have a code piece that is an excellent, but it's written in COBOL. I know that COBOL might scare you, but it's an excellent code for some use cases. And thanks to container services, now you have the option to run COBOL inside Snowflake. I'm not saying that you should, but at least now you have the option. Or you are building a new data platform and you're thinking of where to host all the bits and pieces necessary for data platform. You can either use SaaS options. For example, in DBT's case, you can use DBT Cloud or you can use DBT Core. And if you know DBT Core, it needs some kind of compute. You need an CPU or VM or any kind of location to run and host the actual code. And now thanks to container services, you can run DBT Core inside Snowflake. So you can build the whole end-to-end pipeline within Snowflake. DBT Core on the ingestion part and doing the actual transformation and extracts and so on and so forth. And use, for example, Streamlit for visualization. The possibilities are limitless. But as always, this is the first version of container services. It's now running on AWS and AWS Summit is coming in few months, which means that hopefully us Finns are actually waiting for that can we have container services running on Azure, and also on GA, because I know that means a lot for several people. So those are the next steps that I'm waiting for container services, and I know that the options will even enhance from this version. But that's the future. We are only purely guessing what else the actual Snowflake developers are cooking up at San Mateo. But that's for all for this video. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.